Hello YouTube! I'm Drominicus, and this is the final episode of this particular story in my Branching Tales series. So next week I'm going to be starting up a whole new story with a brand new character and all sorts of different choices to make. Now, just to let you know, in case you guys were wondering why I didn't upload it yesterday, as I normally would have, it was my birthday, so I was out having some celebrations, celebratory stuff with my family and whatnot, so that's the reason why I'm only posting it up today. So anyway, I do hope that you enjoy. This is, as I said, the fourth and final installation of the Oneirology story of Branching Tales. Enjoy! You chase after the now missing path you were on for a couple of minutes more, hoping desperately to find what was once there but to no avail. You can still hear the stream behind you, almost as if you haven't moved at all. Feeling the cool air from the stream, you decide that it would be best to follow it back to its source, wherever that might be. As you walk along the banks of the water, you find that your surroundings are growing more open the further along you go. Where there were once trees, now there are bushes and shrubs, and the previously verdant green forest floor now gives way to taller, browner grasses and reeds, and softer, muddier soil. Before long, you find yourself standing in a wetland. You gaze upon the surroundings with awe, as these wetlands are surely some of the more picturesque that you've seen. There are birds here by the droves, and various amphibians that you can't quite recognize. Though it is of brown and muted green hues, this place is truly wonderful. You take a few minutes to sit and take it all in. Once you've absorbed your surroundings, you decide it would be best to continue your search for the creature. Looking at the area, you can't begin to think of where a good place to start your search would be. You decide that you might as well start at the nearby bushes and work your way around the wetlands as best you can. After all, you think, there may be some hidden cave of some sort around, given what's gone on so far. So you commence your search, looking for any clue as to where the creature may have gone. As the sun begins setting, you end your search for now and decide to find a place to bunk for the night. You remember that there was a small rock outcropping, which you found earlier, that should do the trick. You wander back to the outcropping, ready to sleep, when you hear a rustling close by. You sit up silently, listening for further sound. You hear nothing, but suddenly you see a strange light, one that reminds you of something you saw earlier, like the patterns on the walls of those first two rooms. Before you realize what's happened, the creature is in front of you.
"So, you found me, did you?"
he says, very pleased.
"Good for you."
With that, he raises his long arms into the air, celebrating. You tell him that you didn't find him, but it was the other way around.
"Well, you had to find where I live first, so I could find you, silly."
You hear what he says, but don't fully comprehend.
"Well, that was really fun, though. I hope you learned something from this."
You try to ask this creature exactly what it is, but before you can get an answer, you hear a shrill sound echoing in your ears. Getting up at the sound of your alarm, you go get a shower, eat, and get ready to go to your classes. Once you arrive on campus, you head to the course registrar and decide to make a few changes. After you finish up, you head to your history class and sit in one last time. Your professor approaches you after the lecture. "So, I see you decided to drop my class." He looks at you curiously. "I know I asked you to consider your options, but I didn't think you would drop the next day." You explain to your professor about the thinking you did overnight, about all the choices you've weighed, and ultimately the conclusion you've come to. "So, you're going to travel, eh? Not a terrible idea. Some life experience out there in the world will help you get in touch with yourself for certain. I do hope that you find the happiness that you're looking for out there." Alrighty folks, well that concludes the very first story of my Branching Tales series, and that was Oneirology. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that the ending was at least semi-satisfactory. If not, you can, I suppose, fire shots away at me on YouTube in the comment section, whatever. But, yeah, some people may think that the choices that were given don't have an actual effect on the outcome, but I can tell you that is not true. They had an outcome. Unlike Mass Effect, this actually had a proper structure to it. Your choices do matter. But anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed that, and again, stay tuned next week, as I mentioned in the intro, for the next story in my Branching Tales series. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to make yet, but I'm going to make something, and I hope that you enjoy that as much or more than you enjoyed this one. So, yeah. Thanks again for watching, and do stay tuned for my other shows as well. Bye-bye!